All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I have a busy Thursday, so I am making a video during live trading hours. You can see it's 12 o'clock Eastern, almost 1 o'clock. I'm on the West Coast, so it's about 10 o'clock here. You're gonna see percents move. You're gonna see the candle move. Oh my goodness, right? So much going on these two, all right? But for me, as it always is, I care more about tomorrow's confirmation than today's craziness, all right? And that will be the echoing theme across this video, all right? Across both of these, because they're basically doing the exact same thing, right? So, one more time, this is an amazing day. It actually was completely better at 1.2, right? This thing opened at 4. If you're looking at NNOX, dude, this thing ran to 14 at one point during the after hours, but again, was up to 12, now around that $10, right? So big days across these. We'll talk about the whys, I'm sure we all know, right? But again, to me, it's about tomorrow. SOUN, really interesting. It's coming back to, so 367 was an important line for me. It obviously did really good things when it broke it up, and I don't know if we're coming back down to it, but again, excuse me, a little hiccup. We'll talk about both today and what I'm thinking about for tomorrow, all right? So before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we gonna do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad. Look, anything you say, anything you do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can share these videos, because yeah, my socials are growing. Most of you already have big ones, and yeah, if you hit share, it does so much, all right? So SoundHound and NNOX. All right, what do they have in common? Shared disclosures. All right, I will be honest, I have absolutely no idea why they had to disclose it. I have no idea why it was today, and BlackRock did the same for, like, I don't know if Valentine's Day was also Share Disclosure Day in the corporate world, right? Like, I really don't know the why. All I know is, and it's something I always say, all right, and it really applies to both of these, when a small, up and coming, trying to prove itself, when a small company gets tied to anything remotely big, let alone blue chip level, mega level like NVDA, like BlackRock. Someone even threw out that SoftBank made a buy into SoundHound. I don't think I saw that, you know, but it does so much just on a human level. When these bigger companies are saying take my money, it almost makes you say, wow, if these people are giving them their money, why wouldn't I, right? So the excitement from others buying does that, right? It's actually a big reason why I ask people not to put their share counts. Like there's a little bit of, oh man, if this person has that much, why don't I? You know what I mean? And not everyone's at that same level, and that's a whole nother conversation, right? But yeah, it's amazing. And again, if you watched the video last night, one thing I said was, if we can get over 316, which clearly we did, amazing things would happen. All right, because I love this channel right here. All right, what's a channel? Just 2 lines. All right, they could be moving averages, they could be some of my drawn lines, but there is a nice little wide oscillation right there instead of the super tight one that was in between these two. Red, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, green. It was just so fast up and down between this 316 and 4. So I kept saying, look, if we get over this line, which we weren't at the time. When I made the video, we were still kind of hovering around it, if I'm not mistaken. But oh yeah, once it went, this was the channel to trade in, all right? It's funny, we're dancing around a really important line, and I called it out pretty early when I got up. It was, I don't know when it was, but this was the money line, 367, all right? I'm pretty sure I got that from the 15-minute, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even the 1 minute at the time. I don't remember when I was looking, I'll be real honest, but yeah, 367 seems like a very important number. It's what started the move up to the 70s when I started the video. We're obviously hovering right back around it, all right? To me, volume is the big story here. As I zoom out, as I look at the entire history of this thing, today's by far the biggest trading day, and there's still so much time. There's still 4 hours of trade, 3 hours? 3 hours of trading left, right? Like the previous biggest day was 95 million. We're probably going to double that by the end of today's trading day, if I had to guess. Like, that's ridiculous. When you look at the weekly chart, we have already destroyed most weeks. There's only one single week that was a little bit bigger, and again, we still got tomorrow. I'm very curious what tomorrow is going to do. All right, listen, I don't have a crystal ball. You all know that. All right, these colorful lines, my resistances, these lower indicators, I love them. All right, I move my money on something similar. It's what I've named the 1 and the 2, right? But like, I love these for guidance, all right? It's not a crystal ball. And this, to me, what's going to be the most important thing is going to be volume tomorrow, all right? Today's volume was because these giant names disclosed these really interesting, these unknown to most holdings in these, all right? There's no news that's going to do that again tomorrow. The question is going to be how much of today's excitement is going to carry over to tomorrow. Look, Friday's generally a loser day in my head, all right? I always assume red on Fridays, and it's an interesting way to view it on these stocks because, hey, maybe everyone wants to jump into these to get a green day on what's normally a red Friday. You know what I mean? Obviously, the other way of worrying about it is red, green, red, green, could be a red, maybe back down to 316, all right? Theoretically, we actually could come down as low as 280 tomorrow, all right? And listen, I know there are plenty of videos you can watch about people that are going to say we're going to destroy 5 and go all the way up. Listen, if you are not considering the risk of coming down to 280, I'm clicking here and it's actually 270, right? You know, my lines aren't perfect, and I think this was the 280. I think this is probably the better line. You need to be concerned about a drop to 280. I do sincerely believe that, all right? If this breaks 4, I don't even have a line above that, right? Like, I guess I would draw a line. I gotta like zoom in right here, I think. Let me delete some lines. You know what? Let me delete all these lines. I don't think we need these many here. Let's delete all 8. All right. 316 and 4 were probably the ones I wanted to keep, so I'm going to redraw those real quick. Nice, 317. Let's take this to a flat 4. Good, okay. And then that was 316. We'll bring it down a penny. I did want to keep those since those are the ones over the moving averages. I'm going to draw the 280, which looks like it's around there, 281, perfect. And then I'm going to draw, I think, that right there. Let me just kind of zoom in and make it a, you know, I'm not here for perfect, but let's make this one a little bit better. Why not? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, good line. Not too bad from out there. Cool. I like that. Okay, that's honestly my expectation for tomorrow is either break 4 and start heading to 516, or we're gonna head back down towards 350, possibly even 316. I think that's my best expectation, and honestly, if 316 slips, it'll come here. Look, I'm not even talking about coming down to the 200. All right, at this point, it feels like we have broken them all and are flying. All right, just the I love the steepness. It like you can see the golden cross today on the 20 and the 100. It looks like it's gonna golden cross that 50 by Friday. If this thing was gonna come down, I would expect maybe okay. So if it starts to come down, I'm gonna guess the line's gonna do. Yeah, dude, I think 316. I think 316 would hold it for sure, this, right? But like, I believe the 8 moving average would eventually catch what could be a drop. We're pushing 380 because of that what was that number? 367, I think I lost it. Yeah, 367. That seems to be a really important number. All right, just watch. I mean, look, it seems like we're going to 4. And honestly, that's pretty much the last thing I told Doc, if I'm not mistaken. 4 is the next real resistance here. Like it's hard to see anything else on sound. And yeah, I think we're pushing it. Will we break 4? I don't know. Because I mean, dude, we might, because this is still a real nice RSI. What's the 1 minute look like? Oh man, yeah. I think we're going to 4. If we're going to break 4, I don't really know. But yeah, like I said, the volume's not done. We still got hours of volume left. Beautifulness, all right? Tomorrow needs to confirm this green can drop. Otherwise, yeah, we're breaking 4 and we're going, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Man, I appreciate you all so much. NNOX, all right? Pretty much the same movement as SoundHound. The difference is volume here. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe, please share this video. It does wonders with the algorithms, all right? So the same thing happened with NNOX, and NOX actually jumped to over 100 at one point during after hours, right? So the movement seemed bigger here. Clearly is not as we look at it between this and sound, right? And the biggest difference is volume. You're looking at 28 million shares traded here as opposed to 163. That's a significant difference between the two, all right? So volume is king, volume is queen for my ladies out there, right? And that's one big difference of it. The other difference is simply the 200 moving average, all right? I am glad we're over it right now, don't get me wrong, and I'm glad we're climbing right now, don't get me wrong, but this is actually a lot close. Like with SoundHound, I was making some generalized assumptions that, like, you know, we're long gone from this thing. I feel like at this point the 8's gonna golden cross that, and it's gonna catch anything that falls. Otherwise, it's like sound looks like it's broken all 5 and about to fly, right? NNOX is still actually proving it. Now, I will be honest with you. We were hunting, we were talking about NNOX on this Discord, and it was really her. It was all her. I can't even pretend it. I got it because I got it in a couple days ago. Yeah, the 12th. All right. I hungry for more for sure. Like, I'm still in holding a small NOX. I really wanted more. Believe me, I was hungry to buy more. Like, let's just go back to this, right? I'm still holding. I wanted to break and add more shares. I was ready to watch this thing go from here to here. Obviously, crazier things happened, and it just made it go more insane, right? But this has been on our radar. It has, because again, there was just such a beautiful technical setup here, all right? So in a lot of ways, it just kind of expedited what should have been a very nice, slow and steady go, right? So again, the 200 seems to be the real thing I care about today. You can see that sitting at 983. As long as this closes over 983, my goal, I believe, will be a climb towards 11 tomorrow. I think if we can hold the 100 MA, I think the MACD, RSI, and volume should be like decent enough to go. The problem is if we lose the 200, that's a scary red, and a whole mess of nothing that can actually drop this thing into the 870s. I'm going to draw that line just to have it as a just in case, but you can see it. There's absolutely nothing going on in this channel except red, green, red, green, red. Like, there is nothing but fast up and down here. All right. So it is critical to hold the 200, and then it is important to confirm I don't care about a single day over this thing. I need to believe it has broken the line. There's a difference between getting over and breaking, all right? There is a fear of coming down at 870. Hopefully we keep climbing here. NNOX, like I said, this thing was on the radar for what could have been a good move. And hey, let me just zoom out real quick. There is a nasty green, red, little baby horizontal around 15, red. So I mean, Knox can do some crazy things. And this thing, I will be honest with you, I traded this IPO. I really like the fact that I had no idea that X-ray technology had never been, touched since it was invented, for lack of words. Like, no one has done anything remotely anything to improve the X-ray. This company's trying to do it, and hey, in my head, X-rays are used all over the world. I'm sure everyone in the world would actually really like a better X-ray. Why not, right? So yeah, I liked the company. I liked the fundamentals. I don't care about companies and fundamentals because things like this happens. It actually went from 100 to 5. And to me, the thought in your head should not be this was 100 and it's a $10. I should get it because it's going to go back up. No, there is so many resistances between here and there that if you're dreaming about 50 plus, you're going to miss an amazing move to maybe 19, and as you're hungry for more, you're just going to watch it come back down. You know what I mean? So keep your targets realistic and it'll go a long way. Today is a beautiful day across both of these. Tomorrow needs to confirm. Personally, I'm going to bank some money. I'll tell you that. I am going to bank some money because there's no way I want to watch these drop to where I'm saying they might drop, right? I'm not going to get rid of it all because, yeah, I think that there's some legs to these, but this movement needs to confirm tomorrow. All right. Hey, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I appreciate you all so much.